Australia's chocolate aisle used to be a simple choice. Grab a block, grab a bar, maybe a gift box, and you knew what you were paying for. But the last couple of years have changed the way chocolate gets sold. Smaller packs, louder claims, and price tags that don't always make sense unless you do the maths. In April 2025, Choice documented Easter chocolate getting smaller while some prices rose, which is a classic shrinkflation move. And in March 2025, the ACCC's Supermarkets Inquiry final report pushed for clearer pricing and promotion practices so shoppers can spot changes like size reductions and compare products properly. That's the whole point of this video. Today, we're exposing 7 chocolate brands Australians should avoid, and at the end, we'll give you 3 that are actually better. Now, let's kick things off with number 7. Number 7. Cadbury Dairy Milk, the nostalgia block that feels like an Aussie default, commonly found at
Woolworths and Coles. The surface appeal is comfort. The purple branding, the familiar taste, and constant specials that make you feel like you've scored a bargain. But there are 3 red flags once you stop buying on autopilot. First, value drift. Choice's April 2025 shrinkflation coverage singled out Cadbury Easter eggs getting smaller while some prices increased, and the ACCC has since pushed for clearer practices so consumers can spot changes like size reductions and compare products properly. Second, the label reality. Retailer ingredient information for Cadbury Dairy Milk shows a recipe built on sugar and milk, with emulsifiers and added flavors to lock in texture and shelf life. That's normal for mass-market chocolate, but it matters because classic and creamy marketing can make it feel more wholesome than it is. Australia's dietary guidelines put confectionery in the discretionary category for a reason. Third, the ethical story isn't simple.
Mondelez has modern slavery statements on the Australian Government Register that acknowledge ongoing risks in cocoa supply chains. If you still buy Cadbury, buy it deliberately. Check the unit price per 100 grams. Don't let family brand marketing turn it into a daily habit. And if you want a more cocoa-forward taste, compare with blocks that clearly state cocoa solids on pack. Number 6. Nestle KitKat, the breakable wafer snack that feels lighter than a solid block, commonly found at Woolworths and Coles in blocks, fingers, and multi-packs. The surface appeal is the vibe. It's sold as a quick snack, and the wafer makes people feel like they're eating less chocolate. But the label tells a different story. Woolworths' ingredient listing for the KitKat Original Milk Chocolate block lists sugar first, and it includes wheat flour, vegetable fat, and multiple emulsifiers alongside cocoa components. In plain English, it's a highly engineered treat. Sugar for sweetness, flour for structure, added fats for texture, and emulsifiers to keep it stable. Wafer doesn't make it lighter, it just changes how fast you eat it. Then there's the ethics. Nestle's modern slavery statement on the Australian Government Register openly recognises modern slavery risks in global supply chains and discusses child labour risks in cocoa. Again, that's not a claim about any one bar, but it's a reason to be cautious about brands that lean on feel-good claims without being fully transparent about the hard parts. If KitKat is your habit, don't buy by multi-pack impulse. Compare unit pricing, and if you're choosing it because it feels smaller, try switching to buying a single bar occasionally instead of keeping a box at home. Number 5. Mars Bar, the caramel and nougat classic, commonly found at Woolworths, Coles, and service stations where it's designed to be an impulse buy. The surface appeal is nostalgia, and it's easy to justify because it's just one bar, especially when you're hungry and in a hurry. But the label logic is straightforward. Retailer ingredient information for Mars Bar shows sugar and glucose syrup listed up front, followed by milk solids and fats, which tells you the energy profile is built around fast sweetness first. This is where marketing meets behavior. A bar like this is positioned at eye level, bundled in deals, and sold as quick energy. Australia's dietary guidelines warn that discretionary foods like confectionery should be limited, because they are typically high in added sugars and saturated fat. Mars bar fits that pattern by design, not by accident. There's also the sourcing side. Mars Australia has modern slavery statements on the Australian Government Register that acknowledge risks in supply chains and describe the company's due diligence approach. If you still love Mars, the better move is to make it a true occasional treat. Don't keep a multi-pack in the sec pantry. Buy single, check unit price, and if you want something that feels less sugar first, compare to blocks that clearly state cocoa percentage and have shorter ingredient lists. Number 4. Ferrero Rocher, the gold-wrapped gift box that screams special, commonly found at Woolworths and Coles. The surface appeal is presentation, individual wraps, premium styling, and a taste profile that feels layered and expensive. But Woolworths' ingredient list is a reminder that premium packaging does not guarantee a simple formulation. Alongside sugar and milk chocolate components, the ingredients include vegetable oil listed as palm, plus wheat flour, emulsifiers, and added flavorings. There's also a practical risk that gets ignored because it's a gift product: allergens. Rocher is built around hazelnut, and the ingredient list includes multiple allergen components. For households with allergies, gift chocolates are one of the easiest ways to slip up, because people assume a chocolate is safe unless it screams danger. FSANZ recall alerts show again and again that undeclared allergens are a real issue across packaged foods. The other issue is value. Gift formats often push the cost per 100 grams much higher than a block, and the individual wraps make it easy to eat more than you planned while feeling like each piece is small. If you want the Rocher experience, buy it for what it is: an occasional gift. For everyday chocolate, compare unit pricing and choose products with clearer cocoa information and simpler fat sources. If you're still watching and finding these documented facts helpful, drop the number 47 in the comments. It helps us know you're getting value from these source-backed breakdowns. Tell us the brand you buy most often and whether you've noticed pack sizes changing lately. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, because the same tactics show up across snacks, drinks, and healthy products too. Alright, let's keep going with number 3. Lindt Lindor Milk Chocolate, the smooth, truffle-style chocolate marketed around that melts-in-your-mouth texture, commonly found at Woolworths and Coles. The surface appeal is luxury. Lindor is priced like a premium product, and shoppers often assume higher price equals higher ingredient quality. But Woolworths' product information for Lindt Lindor Milk Chocolate shows a key detail. Alongside cocoa components and sugar, it includes added vegetable fats like coconut and palm kernel, which helps create that ultra-soft melt and mouthfeel. That can be fine, but it means you're paying premium money for engineered texture, not necessarily more cocoa. The second issue is the premium halo. When a brand is framed as premium, people stop comparing unit price. They buy the story. The ACCC's push for clearer pricing and promotion practices matters here, because premium categories are where value drift hides the easiest and where shoppers are least likely to do a quick cost per 100 grams check. And third, Lindor is often bought as a treat for the week, which makes it easy to normalise frequent indulgence. Australia's dietary guidelines are clear that confectionery is discretionary and should be limited. If you want a Lindt-style experience, don't buy the halo. Compare unit price per 100 grams, and if you're paying premium money, choose products that state cocoa solids clearly and keep fat sources straightforward. Number 2. Haigh's chocolates, specifically the dark cherry chocks product, commonly sold through Haigh stores and online. The surface appeal here is reputation. Premium and local can feel like a quality guarantee, and Haigh's is a brand many Australians associate with special occasion confidence. But Food Standards Australia New Zealand published a recall alert on 7 November 2020. 5 for AE, Haigh, PTY, LTD, dark cherry chocks, due to an undeclared allergen: milk. That matters because undeclared allergens are not a minor paperwork issue. For people with milk allergy, an undeclared allergen can trigger serious reactions. FSANZ. Recall alerts exist for exactly this reason, and the safest move is to treat them as non-negotiable. This one is also a good lesson in how premium can create blind spots. People don't read the back panel as carefully when the brand feels trusted, and they are more likely to buy gifts without checking what's actually in them. If someone in your household has allergies, don't rely on brand reputation. Check the ingredient list and allergen statements every time, and make it a habit to scan recent recall alerts before buying specialty chocolates, especially around holidays. Number 1. Choco Bliss Dubai Chocolate. The viral Dubai chocolate product that people chase because it feels limited and exclusive, sold through Choco Bliss stores in Queensland. The surface appeal is scarcity and hype. When something is hard to get, shoppers stop behaving like careful shoppers and start buying with FOMO, and that is when labels get ignored. But FSANZ published a recall alert on 26 June 2025 for Choco Bliss Dubai Chocolate 200 grams due to undeclared allergens, including pistachio, milk, sesame seed, and wheat. That is a big list, and it's exactly the kind of thing that can catch people off guard when they're buying a trendy product that friends are recommending. The bigger message here isn't, never try new things. It's that hype does not replace safety. FSANZ recalls are a public warning system, and when a product is recalled for undeclared allergens, the risk is immediate for the people who need accurate labeling the most. If you see Dubai chocolate hype anywhere, the safe shopper move is simple. Check the label carefully, check recent recall alerts, and don't buy a product just because it's trending. Now that we've exposed the 7 to avoid, all backed by Australian sources and checkable label information, it's time to shift gears. Because not everything on the shelf is trying to trick you. Here are 3 chocolate picks that are actually better, based on independent taste testing and clearer ingredient information. They're still discretionary treats, and nobody should pretend chocolate is a health food, but these options tend to be more transparent about what you're paying for. First better pick. Tony's Chocolonely Milk Chocolate Bar, the one with the bold, chunky block style, commonly found at Woolworths. The reason it lands in the actually better bucket is not that it's low sugar. It's that the product is easier to understand and it performs well in independent testing. On the label side, the Woolworths product listing shows an ingredient list that's unusually short for mainstream milk chocolate. Sugar, dry whole. Milk, cocoa butter, cocoa mass, and soy lecithin as an emulsifier. No added vegetable fats, no long chain of flavor systems, and no snack-style fillers pretending to make it lighter. On the independent test side, Choice's Milk Chocolate Buying Guide, published in July 2025, listed Tony's Chocolonely Milk Chocolate as their best milk chocolate pick. That matters because it's not the brand's marketing talking. It's an Australian consumer organisation comparing products in a controlled way. If you want a single default milk chocolate to keep as an occasional treat, this is a strong candidate. It's not always the cheapest per 100 grams, so the smart move is to check unit pricing and buy it when the price makes sense. And because the ingredient list is short, it's also a good option for people who simply want fewer moving parts in the recipe. Second, better pick. Woolworths Belgian Milk Chocolate Block, the quiet home brand option that surprises people, commonly found at Woolworths. The reason this one is here is simple. It delivers solid taste testing results for a low price, and the formulation is straightforward. Woolworths' product listing states it's made in Belgium and lists a minimum cocoa solids figure of 32%. It also keeps the ingredient list tight and readable. Sugar, cocoa butter, whole milk powder, cocoa mass, milk sugar, sunflower lecithin, and natural vanilla flavor. That is the kind of label where you can tell what you're paying for. Then there's the independent test. In Choice's July 2025 Milk Chocolate Buying Guide, Woolworths Belgian milk chocolate is included among their recommended milk chocolate options, and it's highlighted as the best cheap milk chocolate in that guide. If your goal is a decent everyday block for baking, guests, or the occasional treat, and you don't want to pay premium brand tax, this is a smart pick. Just remember the same rule: discretionary treat, not a daily staple. And because it's usually priced well, it's also a good benchmark to compare other brands against when you're deciding if a special block is actually worth it. Third better pick: Whittaker's Creamy Milk 33% Cocoa, commonly found at Woolworths and other major retailers. This is the classic milk chocolate style pick for people who want a fuller cocoa taste without jumping straight to dark chocolate. Woolworths product listing states a minimum cocoa solids figure of 33% and lists the cocoa beans as Rainforest Alliance certified. It also lists the product as palm oil free, which is a useful comparison point against chocolates that rely on added vegetable oils and fats to engineer texture. And like the other better picks, the ingredient list reads cleanly, without a long tail of additives. Now, this is still chocolate, so it's still discretionary. Australia's dietary guidelines are clear that confectionery should be limited because it's typically high in added sugars and saturated fat. But if you're going to buy milk chocolate anyway, Whittaker's is a more transparent, cocoa-forward option that's easier to justify than many of the heavily engineered snack bars. If you're switching from the big impulse bars, this is a good step up. Check the unit price because it isn't always cheap. So how do you spot these tricks yourself when we're not there with you in the aisle? First, always check the unit price. The ACCC's unit pricing code exists, so shoppers can compare cost per 100 grams, even when brands change pack sizes, run special edition packaging, or bundle items in promos. Second, don't trust the front. Read the ingredient list like it's a ranking, because it is. SAN's labeling rules explain that ingredients are listed in descending order by weight. If sugar is first, it's not a light snack, it's a sugar-forward treat with chocolate flavor. Third, watch for formulation clues. Added vegetable fats, multiple emulsifiers, and long ingredient lists usually mean the product is engineered to hit a specific texture and shelf life at the lowest cost, not to maximize cocoa flavor. Fourth, treat premium as a claim that must earn its price. The ACCC's Supermarkets Inquiry has emphasized clearer pricing and promotion practices for consumers. Premium categories are where you should be doing unit price comparisons the most. Fifth, for allergies, don't guess. Check allergen statements every time and keep an eye on FSANZ recall alerts, especially around holidays when limited run products appear. Sixth, when you hear shrinkflation doesn't happen, remember Choice's documented examples from Easter 2025. If a pack looks smaller, trust your eyes and confirm by comparing grams and unit price. And finally, keep it realistic. Australia's dietary guidelines classify confectionery as a discretionary choice. The best chocolate strategy isn't hunting for a magic healthy bar. It's buying less often, buying better when you do, and not letting marketing turn treats into habits. Let's bring it home. If a chocolate brand is shrinking packs, leaning on hype, or hiding behind fancy wrapping, we don't reward that. We reward the products that are honest on the label, fair on the price per 100 grams, and backed by independent testing and clear recall information when things go wrong. So here's the quick recap. The 7 to think twice about were Cadbury Dairy Milk, Nestle KitKat, Mars Bar, Ferrero Rocher, Lindt Lindor Milk Chocolate, Haigh's Dark Cherry Chocs, and Choco Bliss Dubai Chocolate. And the 3 better picks were Tony's Chocolonely Milk Chocolate, Woolworths Belgian Milk Chocolate, and Whittaker's Creamy Milk. If you got value from this, share it with someone who always grabs chocolate on autopilot. And tell us in the comments which brand you want us to break down next, because we'll keep doing this with real sources and real labels, not vibes. Remember, none of this is about perfection. It's about being harder to fool. The sources behind these claims come from Australian consumer organisations, Australian regulators, and official recall alerts, so anyone can check them. See you in the next one.